NATO membership not included in mineral deal. Zelensky announces a coalition of the willing military command meeting and why Putin's envoy to visit Washington for meeting with Wittkov. The latest news next. Russian presidential envoy for international cooperation Kirill Dmitriev will visit Washington this week for a meeting with Steve Wittkov, U.S. President Donald Trump's special envoy to the Middle East, reported by CNN, Syrian sources. About details, according to CNN, this meeting will take place to discuss strengthening relations between the two countries. CNN added that Dmitriev's visit would be the first by a Russian official to Washington for talks since Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine in 2022, and marks another step in the noticeable warming of relations between the two countries following Trump's return to office. Dmitriev is a close advisor to Putin and visited Riyadh, Saudi Arabia in February with other Russian officials to begin discussions on a settlement to end the war in Ukraine. He had also worked with Wittkov on securing the release of American teacher Mark Fogel, which Trump's administration welcomed as a gesture of goodwill. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has stated that there is no NATO issue in the mineral deal with the United States, nor has there ever been. Reported by Zelensky at a joint press conference with the German Foreign Minister Annalena Baerbock in Kiev on the 1st of April, as reported by Interfax Ukraine. Quote, "As for this agreement and the NATO issue, there is no NATO issue in this agreement, nor has there ever been." Zelensky noted that lawyers from both sides are working on a new draft of the agreement. About background, while speaking to journalists on the 31st of March, Trump claimed that Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky wants to withdraw from the mineral deal and has warned him of big problems if he does so.
"We made a deal on rare earth, and now he's saying, well, I want to renegotiate the deal. He wants to be a member of NATO. Well, he was never going to be a member of NATO. He understands that. So if he's looking to renegotiate the deal, he's got big problems."
Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has announced the first meeting of countries willing to deploy a potential peacekeeping contingent in Ukraine, reported by Zelensky at a joint press conference with the German Foreign Minister Annalena Baerbock in Kiev on the 1st of April, as reported by European Pravda. Zelensky stated that a meeting between the military commands of those countries ready to deploy a contingent in Ukraine would take place on Friday, the 4th of April.
As for the issue of the contingent, we will have a meeting on Friday, 4th of April. There will be a meeting of military commands from several countries, a select group of countries, those who will be ready to deploy a contingent in one form or another.
Zelensky noted that this would be the first in-depth meeting.
There have been consultations, but this will be the first in-depth meeting. We will see some clarifications and some details. Importantly, it will be based on the proposals prepared by the Ukrainian side.
Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky expects the United States to ratchet up sanctions against Russia soon due to its violation of the energy truce, reported also by Zelensky at a press conference with the German Foreign Minister Annalena Baerbock. Zelensky believes that following agreements in Saudi Arabia to hold strikes on energy facilities, we have reached the point of increasing sanctions pressure.
Because I believe that the Russians are violating what they promised to America, at least what America told us publicly. And we very much hope that President Trump has all the appropriate tools to increase sanctions pressure on the Russian side.
Zelensky stated that Kyiv has presented the U.S. with evidence at various levels of Russia's violations of agreements not to target the energy sector with missiles, adding, "We see that America is gradually beginning to acknowledge this."
We'd like this to extend beyond communication between our sides. We would like to see significant progress. Words alone are not enough for us, with all due respect to our strategic partners. Sanctions are very significant to us. Zelensky.
Over the past 24 hours, Russian forces have dropped nearly 50 guided aerial bombs on Sumy region and launched drone strikes on Kharkiv and Odessa regions. They have also targeted Ukrainian energy infrastructure facilities, reported by Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky. Zelensky said that Russia's strikes had targeted an energy infrastructure in Sumy region, and FPV drone hit a substation, and in Nikopol-Dnipropetrovsk region, artillery shelling damaged a power transmission line. Almost 4,000 customers were cut off from the power grid. The president stressed that such systematic attacks demonstrated Moscow's disregard for the diplomatic efforts of international partners.
Putin does not want to ensure even a partial ceasefire. We need new and tangible pressure on Russia to put this war on a course to end. We should not wait until 11th April, when it will be a month of the Russians saying no in response to the American ceasefire proposal. We need to act as soon as possible. We are ready to work with all our partners in America, Europe, and the world in the most constructive way possible to achieve the much-needed result of a decent and lasting peace.
That's all for today. Thanks for watching this video. Like and subscribe.